Welcome to World TV News. It's Monday, I'm Eziz. Tonight on World TV News, we'll find out about the war between Russia and Ukraine, learn about Iowa's borrow bill, and visit the blood drive. Ukraine has been under attack from Russia since February. I took the initiative to find out more.
Air sirens blared in Ukraine capital Kiev. Airstrikes hitting large cities. Millions of people evacuating Ukraine. These are daily scenes in Ukraine after Vladimir Putin announced military operation to the country.
Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции. Ее цель – защита людей, которые на протяжении 8 лет подвергаются издевательствам, геноциду со стороны киевского режима.
With the Ukrainian government, European Union and NATO refuse Putin's claims of genocide. On February 24th, Ukrainian President Zelensky accepted new military law and asked for support from the world.
Кликав світових лідерів задіяти всі можливі санкції проти Путіна, розпочати масштабну оборонну підтримку, закрити для агресора повітряний простір над Україною. Спільно ми маємо врятувати Україну, врятувати демократичний світ.
European Union and United States declared multiple sanctions against Russia.
So today, I'm announcing the first tranche of sanctions to impose costs on Russia in response to their actions yesterday. These have been closely coordinated with our allies and partners and will continue to escalate sanctions if Russia escalates. We're implementing full blocking sanctions on two large Russian financial institutions, VEB and their military bank. We're implementing comprehensive sanctions on Russia's sovereign debt. That means we've cut off Russia's government from Western financing.
Waldorf University world history professor Dr. Jonathan Cloak points out how the history between Russia and Ukraine is complicated, even after Ukraine declared its independence in 1992.
So after the Soviet Union breaks up, they declare independence in 1992. They kind of figure, finally, we'll free the Russian influence. Russia still views it as this is part of Russia. So there's always been that kind of back and forth conflict between the two. So this is just kind of the latest stage of that. So there's a long-standing distrust, bad feelings.
While the war between Russia and Ukraine affected millions of people, I took a chance to talk with one Waldorf individual.
Freshman business major student Daniel Burko is originally from Ukraine and states that Russian forces are attacking to civilians in Ukraine.
Well, the people in Ukraine are suffering greatly every day. We're seeing on the news bombs every day, shootings, tanks rolling into the streets. I myself experienced my granddad's cities being bombed twice in one day. My grandmother's cities has been shootings outside, guards being killed.
While Russian troops are making their way to Ukrainian capital, Ukraine needs world's help. Eziz, World TV News. According to the Office of United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, as of April 19, total of 2,224 civilians have died, with 173 of them being children. Iowa is preparing to change its borrow bill first time in 45 years since it was accepted. I found out more.
Iowa's borrow deposit law encourages to recycle cans and bottles. Joanne Peterson is hoping for her own redemption center.
I've been looking for a place to put a redemption center for a while, and I lost my one job, and the opportunity came up to do a redemption center here at this place, and everything seems to be working out better.
The center is set up in a large garage next to the house where Joanne's son Manuel lives. There are only about 60 operating redemption centers left in Iowa.
Everybody's been really happy. They're like, we haven't had a redemption center in a while. We're glad to see another one in the area.
Grocers and other retailers that sell alcohol and carbonated beverages have long pushed to get rid of what is admittedly dirty process of accepting and handling empty containers. New legislation proposed by Senate of Iowa will let retailers opt out of accepting empty bottles and cans and repaying deposits. Redemption centers would keep 3 cents handling fees instead of 1 as handling fee. Deposit law will include all canned and bottled drinks including water. Waldorf University Sustainability Club member Jaren Sharipova believes importance of recycling cans and bottles.
There's so many bottles and cans not recycled that are harming our environment harshly.
I've been open, which I opened in February. I would guess I've probably seen about 100,000 cans, and that don't include glass bottles. I think I've probably seen about 50 to 75,000 glass bottles.
With this new potential bill, state aims to increase number of redemption centers throughout the state. Eziz Wall TV News.
Joanne's Redemption Center is located at north of Forest City off Sunset Drive at 35692 165th Avenue. The number of blood drives decreased massively due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I took the chance to visit one in particular.
American Red Cross declared national blood crisis while the United States is facing its worst blood shortage in over a decade.
So about 3% of the country actually donates blood, and that is very low. There is a critical shortage on blood right now, so we're trying to get as many people as possible.
American Red Cross organizes about 200,000 blood drives annually, providing the 40% of the nation's blood supply.
The hope is that somebody can use it and hopefully save a life as a result.
About 50 people donated blood during the drive at Waldorf University, with 50 pints of blood given. Junior business major student Janet Cordova was one of the blood donors.
The reason I'm donating is to help others and make an impact on the society, especially right now because of the blood shortage going on. I'm really happy that I can be able to help them.
Every year, Janet donates at the blood drive organized at Waldorf.
Your one unit could save up to 3 lives.
The blood collected at the drive will go to the National Testing Facility in Madison, Wisconsin, to be distributed to the hospitals across the Midwest. Eziz Wall TV News.
In every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood or platelets. That's all for tonight's broadcast. Be sure to tune in for the latest news in our area. We look forward to seeing you Mondays at 8 p.m. for Wall TV News. I'm Eziz Thank you for tuning in. Good night.